The Imitation of Christ, Book 3, Chapter 52, How No Man is Worthy of God's Comfort. Voice of the Disciple. Lord, I am not worthy of your comfort, nor of any spiritual consolation. You deal justly with me when you leave me poor and desolate. Could I shed a sea of tears, I should still not deserve your comfort. I merit nothing but scourging and punishment, for I have gravely and frequently offended you, and have done much evil. All things considered, therefore, I do not deserve the smallest consolation. Yet, most gracious and merciful God, you do not will that any of your creatures should perish. Desiring to show your generosity and goodness to those who receive your mercy. Romans chapter 9, verse 23. You reach down to comfort your servant above his deserts, and in ways above man's knowledge. For your consolation is not as the empty words of men. What have I done that you should grant me any comfort from heaven? I can't recall any good that I have done, but have been ever prone to sin and slow to amend. This is the truth, and I can't deny it. If I pleaded otherwise, you would confront me, and none could defend me. What have I deserved for my sins but hell and everlasting fire? I sincerely confess that I am fit only for scorn and contempt. I am unfit to be counted among your faithful servants. Although it pains me to repeat it, yet for truth's sake I will accuse myself, that I may better deserve your mercy. Guilty and confused, what shall I say? I can but say, I have sinned, O Lord. Psalm 51, verse 3. Be merciful and forgive. Spare me a while, that I may show my sorrow before I go down into the darkness and shadow of death. Job chapter 10, verse 21. Why do you demand of a guilty and wretched sinner that he repent and humble himself for his offenses? It is because in true penitence and humbleness of heart is born the hope of pardon. The troubled conscience is reconciled, lost grace restored, man is spared the anger of God. Matthew chapter 3, verse 7. While God and the penitent soul greet each other in a holy embrace. Romans chapter 16, verse 16. Humble sorrow for sin is an acceptable sacrifice to you, Lord, and is more fragrant in your sight than clouds of incense. This is the precious ointment which you once allowed to be poured on your sacred feet. Luke chapter 7, verse 46. For you have never despised a contrite and humble heart. Psalm 51, verse 17. Here at your feet is the place of refuge from the hatred of the enemy. Here is the place of amendment and cleansing from every stain of sin.